Now that we've covered the vast parametric entities you can create and use, it's time to show you how to draw with these items and why it's so easy to do. On screen, we were looking at a few things that are happening simultaneously. First, you could see we were working with a preset template with custom layers on it. Second, you can see that we are selecting zones and specifications as we go. PractiCAD has the ability to place an entity on a preset layer or create one on the fly for whatever criteria you may choose. In this example, it's specification and zone. It's also important to mention that these specs are imported directly from PractiCAD, so there's a perfect match between systems. Literally everything is automated, from duct lengths and connections to tie rods and stiffeners. Following along here, you can see that we're going to build two lines. One is a slip and drive spec in a supply zone, and the other a TDF spec in a return zone. They are automatically being placed on different layers because of specifications and zones. And notice as we move fittings between duct lines, PractiCAD is updating everything as it goes. This makes layer and spec management fully automatic, thus reducing mistakes. With PractiCAD fittings and features, drawing has never been quicker. Look here as we simply grab a fitting and specification, and PractiCAD updates everything we need to draw with. See how we can draw piece by piece and just snap to the fitting we want, and it automatically resizes and updates connections. We can also just key in C for continue, and the fitting will snap to the last opening we used, without having to find a hard to grab node or use an attacher of any type. Duct can be rotated in all axes through the direction wheel or just by circling your mouse. We can draw an entire duct run at once without having to go piece by piece. We can even size the line before or after we draw. Notice here as we click on a fitting that's already on the drawing, change the parameters in the ACAD property box, and everything adjusts to accommodate this change, including a transition before the change and adjusting the entire duct line downstream. Each entity knows it's part of a system as a whole, allowing us to mix and match fittings between lines while the software updates everything for us. See here how we pull the fitting away by just one node. Notice the entire duct run goes with it. Then we did it a second time. We updated the size of one line, and then we updated the size and connector of another line. Notice the edits to these individual lines. Even after doing this, if we bring these entities back together, PractiCAD will automatically adjust the sizes and connections to make these fittings part of the duct line again. Now that this duct line is back together, we can again just click on a fitting, update a parameter, and the entire duct line will follow. Looking further into PractiCAD's intelligence, we will focus on this 56-inch TDF joint. Notice the fabrication level says label only. For this user, it means send a coil line. Notice as we change connections, it changes the length to slip and drive coil line joint. Then, if we change the length of the duct, the fabrication level switches to cut and label, which means now send to plasma. Following that, we will change the connections, and you can see it's adjusting connectors of surrounding fittings and also adjusting length. If we bring everything back to what should be a coil line piece, PractiCAD will automatically update it again. By specifying your criteria for what fitting should go to what machine, we can completely automate the download to PractiCAD. So let's cover the workflow for drawing duct again. Choose your specification, select the fitting you would like to use, and snap to the line you want to connect to. Have to change parameters? Just do it on the fly from the parameter box, and you can watch the fitting adjust right in front of you. Whether you're connecting duct, round pipe, or a custom VAV box, each entity is only one click away from placement. Simply put, drafting on PractiCAD is simple and easy. It doesn't matter whether you're working in 2D plan view or isometric views. PractiCAD makes it easy to place an entity wherever you need it. Here you can see how easy it is to draw a riser. Just simply rotate the fitting, place it down on the drawing, and each new fitting is only one click away. It's even easy to run boot taps off the side of the riser. Just attach the boot and use the wheel mouse to scroll the boot into position. Notice how easy it is to avoid the stiffeners here, since PractiCAD automatically draws everything in for you. Once the tap is placed, just grab your next fitting and it will automatically snap and resize right to it, making it easy to continue the line. Want to copy a line? Use PractiCAD's Copy Tap feature, where all you have to do is right-click a fitting, choose Copy Tap, and tell PractiCAD where you want it to go. It will automatically copy the entire line over, including duct, tags, flex, and GRDs. Combine this tool with PractiCAD's auto routing feature, and you can connect GRDs to the line in no time. It's easy why to see PractiCAD as the most intelligent objects in the industry.